My name is Nancy Thurston, the author of Big Topics at Midnight, A Texas Girl Wakes Up to Race, Class, Gender, and Herself. Early on in the writing of Big Topics at Midnight, I had been wrestling with some of the behavior of my ancestors 7 generations ago as it tied in with the national history. My ancestors had owned slaves and also been part of some massacre of Cherokee, and my emotions were very large. Something in me knew that I needed to go on a pilgrimage back to the land in North Carolina to where they had lived. I also knew that I wanted to go with a friend of mine, Elise Bess, an African-American woman whose family had lived for generations also in North Carolina and whose ancestors had been slaves near the land where my family had owned slaves. We went back there together. We took our prayers. We also did our ritual while we were there on the land, and something shifted in my spirit by that pilgrimage back to that place. A year later, I realized I also needed to return to my own homeland. I'd left Texas in my early 20s, and as I had grown, I realized that there were a lot of things about Texas I was embarrassed about. But in order for me to move forward in my life, I needed to deal with my own history and where I came from. So once again, I went on a pilgrimage back to my homeland where I was born with my prayers and with my ritual. And something in me shifted and came home to the parts of me about being Texan that I had been embarrassed about for such a long time. Several years ago, I came with several friends for a retreat circle that met here at Mercy Center. We were in a very difficult time, some interpersonal problems were happening, and I knew there would be hard conversations that really had to happen in that circle. But being at Mercy Center, I felt like the place could hold that tension and allow the doorway to open in a way that couldn't have happened elsewhere.